Aloha, and welcome to VOSR International, the voice of shortwave radio. I'm your host, Wavecrest Guy. This broadcast is being transmitted by WRMI, Radio Miami International, in Okeechobee, Florida, on both 9455 and 15770 kilohertz. This broadcast is also being transmitted by shortwave radio in Lower Saxony, Germany, on 3975 kilohertz.
All right, so we're going to start this broadcast out with some announcements like usual. First off, just a reminder that you might hear some power tools working in the background. We still have some maintenance going on around here at our condo complex. They're working on the condo downstairs, and they're working on some of the walkways out here in my building. So you might hear that from time to time. I try to keep the noise as low as I can. Next, I just wanted to give a reminder that there's probably going to be a rebroadcast in May. We have a trip over to Maui starting May 20th, and we'll be returning May 27th. So probably those 2 weeks, the week of the 23rd and the week of the 30th, maybe rebroadcast. I'm toying with the idea of bringing one of my microphones with me. Then I'd have to bring my laptop, and then I could see if I could be able to record something. But I don't know if I'll be able to get that in or not. So the last 2 weeks of May, maybe a rebroadcast. So keep that in mind, and it may work out pretty good if you're going to miss a broadcast or something like that. You'll be able to catch back up. I will post that over on our website at VOSRinternational.com. And I'll send that out if there's going to be rebroadcast, so you know. And that is a perfect lead into a reminder to check out our website at VOSRinternational.com. Lots of stuff over there. I usually add pages when I'm doing segments. I have more information. I have some links and maybe some pictures to check out that correlate with some of the segments. You can also check out all our past broadcasts over there. I have a past broadcast page where you can go ahead and click on the link, and you can listen to every broadcast of VOSR International. Now, the newest broadcast, since they don't get rebroadcast, it's about a week or two delay before they get uploaded, but you should be able to stay current if you miss some of the past broadcasts by checking out the website. You can also go over to my YouTube channel at Wavecrest Guy. I do have the playlist over there of past VOSR International broadcasts. Also, on our website, you can check out our listener map where I put pins on locations to listeners who send in email communications with reception reports or comments. So you can go check that out. That is starting to fill out worldwide now. It's looking pretty nice. Also, if you send us pictures of your Radio Shacks, radio rooms, equipment, send those in, and we will also get those added onto our VOSR International listeners radio page, where you can check out some nice radios that all our listeners are checking the program out on. Really nice radios on there. It's really worth a look. Also, you can go over there and support the channel. We have some VOSR International merch over there. We've got hats and shirts and notepads and coffee mugs and things like that that you can go check out. All proceeds just go to buying airtime for the program. And also, while you're there, you can sign up for our newsletter. And at the bottom of each page, there's a place to sign up for the newsletter. You just put your email address in there. And then when there is going to be an announcement, I send out a newsletter notice. And you can stay updated by what's going on here at VOSR International. Also, don't forget, if you're on Facebook, you can join our group over there, VOSR International. You can join the group, and then you can post there. That's another way to communicate with us. You wouldn't have to send an email. You can just post over there. And a lot of people are posting their reception reports, receptions of all different radio stations. So go check it out, give you some ideas of some other stuff to listen to on shortwave. Then there's also our Reddit group, and this one is the Grundig Shortwave Radio. I started this group long before I started VOSR International, and you can go join us over there, and it's the same. You can communicate with us there. If you post over there, I will read the post during the mailbag segment. And you can also post reception reports of any different programs that you are listening to. So that is on Reddit at Grundig Shortwave Radio. Lastly, I want to give another plea. I haven't done this in a while, but if anyone is considering doing a segment, we do allow guest segments here at VOSR International. So you can record a segment, just send it to me, and I'll make sure it gets on the show. It just has to be in MP3 format, so very easy to do. You could do it at your own leisure. And it's usually good to start out with a segment that just tells about yourself and how you got into the hobby of listening to shortwave radio. You can talk about your equipment. That's usually a good segment. And, these can range anywhere from 3 minutes up to, 25, 30 minutes. And then also, if you have a specific topic you want to cover, you can go ahead and do that. Just contact me and send me an email. Send emails into VOSRINT@yahoo.com. That's VOSRINT@yahoo.com. You can always head over to our website at VOSRinternational.com and click on the mail icon and contact us that way also. So go ahead. I know there's a lot of people out there with a lot of information that all the listeners can benefit from. Go ahead and share that information, and let's do a segment and get you on the air. All right, now on with the show. And now another segment of historic shortwave radio broadcasts. There's one person in history who relied heavily on using shortwave radio to make announcements and speeches, and that was Winston Churchill. He utilized this medium to its fullest, and it was really important to be able to get his message out, throughout the world. It seems as though that's where a lot of his people were stationed. And then also, being able to get messages beyond enemy lines. So unless they were doing some jamming and knowing exactly when they were broadcasting, they can cause some problems, but the message would get out. So Winston Churchill heavily utilized shortwave radio to reach global audience during World War II, broadcasting his speeches directly to the United States and occupied Europe to boost morale and sway public opinion. His speeches, often relayed by stations like BBC and American networks such as NBC and CBS on regular broadcasting, were key to his strategies of utilizing the English-speaking world against tyranny. He used it to increase the global reach. Shortwave allowed Churchill's voice to bypass enemy lines and reach listeners in occupied Europe, the Commonwealth, and the Americas. His famous speeches include those of after the evacuation of Dunkirk, were transmitted worldwide via shortwave to demonstrate British resolve. And that is the focus on today's segment here on historic shortwave radio broadcasts, and that is of the evacuation of Dunkirk. That led to one of his most famous speeches and taglines. And it was really a strong speech that really uplifted morale and unified everyone. In 1945, he did a congressional address. On December 26, 1941, his speech to the U.S. Congress was broadcast live over shortwave radio, strengthening the U.S. and U.K. alliance. Also during post-war, he continued to use shortwave, such as during his 1949 address to MIT in the mid-century convocation. One other interesting note, in this has to do with security. In at least one instance, Churchill's secure phone conversation with FDR was linked via high-frequency shortwave radio using SIGSALY, that's SIGSALY, encryption. So he did communicate that way at least once, is confirmed. And just a little more on the SIGSALY system. During the war, Churchill used SIGSALY's secure speech system to communicate with President Franklin Roosevelt. These conversations were encrypted and transmitted via high-frequency shortwave radios to ensure they could not be intercepted by Axis powers. So it was probably done more than once, but there was definitely one time that it was confirmed. The global reach for Churchill's speeches was immense, and he knew the the importance of it, and shortwave was essential for reaching listeners who spoke different languages. Churchill's speeches were often translated and summarized for shortwave broadcasts from the U.S. to non-speaking populations. So since this speech was mostly about the Dunkirk evacuations, I want to just go into that a little bit to give you a little history. Operation Dynamo, the evacuation from Dunkirk, involved the rescue of more than 338,000 British and French soldiers from the French port of Dunkirk between May 26th and the 4th of June of 1940. The evacuation, sometimes referred to as the Miracle of Dunkirk, was a big boost for the British morale. Prime Minister Winston Churchill recognized, however, that the greatest challenge still laid ahead as Nazi ambitions now turned toward Britain. So this was a rescue mission. On May 10th, 1940, Germany invaded France and the Low Countries, pushing the British Expeditionary Force along with French and Belgian troops back to the French port of Dunkirk. A huge rescue operation, Operation Dynamo, was organized by the Royal Navy to get the troops off the beaches and back to Britain. They were basically trapped there. The evacuation was codenamed Operation Dynamo. Admiral Bertram Ramsay directed the evacuation. Ramsay had retired before the war, but was recalled in 1939. He and his staff worked out a room deep in the Dover Cliffs that had once contained a dynamo, a type of electrical generator, giving the operation its name. The evacuation began on May 26th. Dynamo began on May 26th. Strong defenses were established around Dunkirk, and the Royal Air Force sent all available aircraft to protect the evacuation. Over 800 naval vessels of all shapes and sizes helped to transport troops across the English Channel. The last British troops were evacuated on June 3rd, with French forces covering their escape. The little ships helped. This was one thing about this evacuation. They only had so many ships, only had so many resources, and they used everything that they had. The gently shelving beaches meant that large warships could only pick up soldiers from the town's east mole and seawall, which extended into the deep water, or send their boats on the beaches to collect them. To speed up the process, the British Admiralty appealed to owners of small boats for help. These became known as little ships. Over 300,000 soldiers were rescued. Churchill and his advisors had expected that it would be possible to rescue only 20,000 to 30,000 men, but in all, 338,000 troops were rescued from Dunkirk. A third of them were French, 90,000 remained to be taken prisoner, and the BEF left behind the bulk of its tanks and heavy guns. All resistance in Dunkirk ended at 9:30 a.m. on June 4th. The evacuation boosted morale. The Dunkirk evacuation was an important event for the Allies. If the BEF had been captured, it would have meant the loss of Britain's only trained troops and the collapse of the Allied cause. The successful evacuation was a great boost to civilian morale and created the Dunkirk spirit, which helped Britain to fight on the summer of 1940. So Operation Dynamo is often described as a miracle. Over 330,000 Allied soldiers were rescued from Dunkirk in the face of overwhelming odds. So it really can't be overstated how important it was for this evacuation to be successful. It was just unbelievable, the success, and it really gave a big boost to morale to be able to know that they were capable of doing something like this. And it really helped. And Winston Churchill then took advantage of that and knew how it would boost morale and gave his famous speech that is known as "We Shall Never Surrender." And so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play that speech right now. It's about 13 minutes, I believe, but you can go ahead and give it a listen right here. Winston Churchill speaking about the evacuation of Dunkirk. And this speech was delivered by Winston Churchill to the House of Commons on June 4th, 1940. And there you have it, Winston Churchill's speech to the House of Commons on June 4th, 1940, going over the evacuation of Dunkirk. Almost 86 years ago from this broadcast that was broadcast over shortwave, just as it is today. And you could see during the speech, it started out, being a little bit somber on what was thought was going to happen. Then, of course, got uplifted by how well the evacuation went. But then he also used and took the opportunity to let everyone know that there are some very rough times coming ahead, and gave his important "We will never surrender" message. So let us know what you think. Send us an email at VOSRINT@yahoo.com. That's VOSRINT@yahoo.com. Or you can head over to our website at VOSRinternational.com. You can click on the mail icon and contact us that way. You can also head over to Facebook at our Facebook group, VOSR International, and you can post comments there. And now, on to the mailbag. We've had some emails come in of people letting me know that they did get their QSL cards in the mail. And first off, we have Roman, and he writes, and he is from Rostock, Germany. He writes, "Aloha, Jeff. Your little postcard arrived today after 25 days. I was so happy. Best regards, Roman." Thank you for letting me know. So that gives you some idea how long it might take to get some of these QSLs when you request them. So this one took 25 days to get from Molokai, Hawaii, over to Rostock, Germany. And it's been varying. I've had some that take 3 weeks just going to the mainland, so it's very strange, and there isn't much rhyme or reason. Next, we have an email from Reginaldo from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And he writes, "Hello, how are you doing, sirs? Greetings from Brazil. Your station was well received, VOSR International, and was observed and gave a brief description of the broadcast. And also the reception was received on April 16th, and the frequency used was 6160 kilohertz. So this was out of shortwave gold out of Germany. The SINPO was 22222, so pretty rough, and hopefully was able to hear it fairly well. The receiver was an R500 Kenwood LP4 with an LP400 loop antenna. So there was lots of static. Some moments were inaudible, but he was able to listen to the broadcast. Now, I did get a QSL card out to Reginaldo, so hopefully he'll be able to receive that and let me know when he gets it. I did get an answer back to him, and I sent the ESQL out, and he writes, "Hello, Jeff. Thank you very much in your response. Greetings from Brazil. It is autumn in southern hemisphere. Wonderful nature, Hawaii, a wonderful paradise. Well, thanks, and I'm waiting for the QSL card. So thank you very much, and please let us know when you do receive it." And next, I got an email from Franco from Ronkonkoma, New York, and he was just letting me know that he did get the QSL card. He writes, "Hi, received your QSL card. Greatly appreciated, and thank you." He did send a nice picture of the QSL card next to a few of his radios, and I did go ahead and post that over on our website at VOSRinternational.com. You can go check it out under the Listeners Radios page. It'll be one of the last pictures there. I just want to remind everybody, when you're going there and checking out the Listeners Radio page, if you want to flip through, you can just go and flip through them, but you can also go through it backwards, because when I post it, it goes to the end of the file. So if you go through backwards, if you're returning and don't want to go through all the pictures again, if you start at the go backwards, you'll only see the newer ones that have been posted. So check it out that way. It works really nice. And thank you, Franco, for letting me know that you did receive the QSL. For him, it took a little over 2 weeks to get from Molokai, Hawaii, over to New York. And I do want to mention at this point that I am out of QSL cards. I'm going to be ordering some, and I have to wait for them to come in. So there will be a delay on more of those coming out or going out. but I will continue to send the EQSL cards, pictures, and with the reception reports, so you can continue to send those in. And I will announce when I have the QSL cards back in, and we can get back to sending those out. And next we have a email from regular listener Fabrizio in Italy, and he was listening on a Kiwi SDR with an MFJ 1886X antenna, and he was listening on 423 or 26, and he was listening on the frequency of 6160 kilohertz, and he really has a nice form that he fills out for these reports. And thank you for your reception report, Fabrizio, and really appreciate you being a regular listener. And next we have a listener, regular listener, Kerry, who sent an email, and he was listening on both 3975 kilohertz and 6160 kilohertz on April 23rd. And he writes, very nice reception, especially in Finland and in Sweden with the SDR, both very finely S9, and maybe even clearer in Arvika. Some sound clips he did send along. The situation seemed worrying at first because of a strong CRI, China Radio International, on 6165, ruled strongly in its place, but left the space according to plan, right at 1757 UTC, and our broadcast, of course, starts at 1800 UTC. Plus, there was some FSK on 6164, too. This program was maybe with a very strong signal up here in the north. Hopefully, in the future, this will be good. Nice to know that your DX program exists. Those are not really too many anymore on the waves. Then he also did promote my show in his Nord DX email that he sends out, and I really appreciate that, and thank you very much for doing that, Carrie. And next we have a email from a regular listener, Harry, from southern Finland. He writes, aloha, Jeff. This time I was listening in Pasula with a Kiwi SDR receiver and a mini whip antenna. Pasula is located in southern Finland. The frequency of 6160 was better here than 3975 kilohertz. Signal on 6160 kilohertz was stable, not very strong, but signal-noise ratio was quite good and easy to listen to. An SINPO of 34343. He did a chat clip, and yes, it was definitely listenable. And the UTE above 6160, but I used the SAL mode, and it removed most of the jamming, which helped. And I did notice that myself when I was listening on Kiwi SDR. I was getting some noise there too. I'll have to try that SAL setting the next time. I was touring before VOSR a bit here. They're using remote SDRs also in Iceland, and their 6160 kilohertz was okay with fair signal strength. So it is possible to listen to VOSR in Iceland too. Until next time. Thank you very much for that, Harry. That is really neat that it was able to make it over there and even over to Iceland. Thanks again for your email. And next we got a letter from, an email from Constantine, who's a regular listener now, and he does have a blog spot, and I am going to post that over on our website at VOSRinternational.com, so you can go over there and check out his blog, and he did have a post on there from VOSR International. And he said, I did send him out a QSL. He got one of the last ones, and he will let me know when it arrives. He writes, by the way, I was interested in the words aloha and mahalo from your messages. It turns out they mean hello and goodbye in Hawaiian. Yes, mahalo is thank you. So just so you know. And so good to hear from you again, Constantine. And next I have an email from Joachim, and he writes, hello from Germany. Today I listened to your program for the very first time and wanted to inform you about the reception conditions here in Wuppertal, located in the western part of Germany, around 25 kilometers east of Dusseldorf. He was listening on April 23rd of 2026 on the frequency of 6160 kilohertz. He was listening on an ICOM ICR71D with a 10-meter wire antenna, and it was 8 meters above the ground. plus a Yaesu antenna tuner. He reports an SINPO of 35343, mostly moderate signal strength, no interference audible, some atmospheric noise, less fading than, and when, especially at the start of the program, there was a data transmission disturbing this on the same frequency. Then he did write a summary of the broadcast, and he also writes, "Thank you for this interesting broadcast. I like listening to historic audio documents, as today's president was President Eisenhower. My hobby in shortwave started in 1971 when I was 15 years of age. We've had a transistor radio, and I wondered about shortwave. I tried, but tuned too quick and heard only squeaks. Then I tried tuning slower and was very happy to receive my first shortwave station, Radio Sweden, with their segment for shortwave listeners. Since that time, this was my first hobby up to today, and he did attach a clip. And so I want to thank him for the email. Hopefully you'll continue to listen to VOSR International. And next we have an email from Masayu, who was listening on April 23rd on 6160 kilohertz. And she lives at St. Leonards-on-the-Sea in East Sussex, UK. And she reports a SINPO of 45433 using her XH data D808 with the telescopic antenna. She gave a summary of the broadcast, and then she writes, "Hello, my name is Masayu. I'm a 58-year-old Japanese woman living in England, and I started to listen to shortwave broadcasts in 2018. I'm a rather relaxed casual radio listener who doesn't have enough knowledge to properly appreciate the content of your broadcast, but it's always fascinating to listen to the past broadcast extracts and talks about radio. I enjoy feeling the enthusiasm about this hobby from you and your listeners and learning new things." Thank you so much, Masayu. It's awesome that you found the show, and hopefully you will be a regular listener of VOSR International. And next we have an email from Yoon from Tokyo, Japan. He writes, "Dear sirs, it's with great pleasure that I report reception of your broadcast station." And he was listening on 6160 kilohertz on April 23rd from Tokyo, Japan. The antenna was 7 meters high, the vertical type, and the receiver is a Rearsus, that's RERSEUS receiver via WebSDR in Wall, Germany. He reports an SINPO of 45433. Then he writes, "The reception was excellent except for some fading. This was my first time receiving your station, and the program content perfectly matching my favorite hobby. The listeners' submissions from Italy, Russia, and other countries were very helpful. I am currently 90 years old. Wow, congratulations. But I have been interested in listening to overseas broadcasts since I was 13. Although I was unable to do so for about 6 years due to illness, I have continued to be a BCL shortwave listener to this day. During my childhood, it was after World War II, so receivers of capable receiving shortwave broadcasts did not exist. Therefore, I diligently tuned to broadcasts from around the world using a homemade receiver with 12 vacuum tubes. Currently, I enjoy listening with the Italian-made RERSEUS, that's Rearsus receiver, and vintage Dutch Philips BX423A/01 all-band radio. The content for your station's broadcast perfectly matches my hobby and is very enjoyable, so I'd like to continue listening." And then he also sent a picture of his current setup. Go check it out. I do have it over on our website under listener radios. It is a really nice setup that he has there. Make sure you go check it out over at VOSRinternational.com on our listeners radio page. So thank you very, very much for this email, and I'm glad you're going to be a regular VOSR International listener. And next we have an email from a regular listener, Greg. He writes, "Hey Jeff, 5x8 here in Indiana on 5850 kilohertz. A couple of fades, but nothing bad. I enjoy the history segment on VOSR. Interesting to hear the summary of the topic as well as the radio show recordings. With a little creativity, I imagine how it would have been sitting down to the radio side, listening and hearing them live. That is kind of something I go for. It's kind of really neat to be able to hear these broadcasts over the air again. Also, I like the radio segment on the Helicrafters SX-28. I looked it up while scrolling through, and I was able to put the visuals to your commentary almost as if this page was part of your segment. Also, a great show. Thanks. And thank you very much, Greg. Thanks for those comments, and thank you for continuing to be a VOSR International listener. And next we have an email from Michael from Indianapolis, and he writes, greetings from Indianapolis. Perfect reception on 9455 kilohertz. Listening on 424 of 26 on a Oatson DX286 shortwave with just the whip antenna. Sounds like a local station. Extremely clear. Great program. Thank you so much for the email, Michael. Really appreciate it. And next we have an email from a new listener, Stephen, from Houston, Texas. He writes, hello, I am first-time shortwave listener. Ordered a radio from Amazon and starting to learn. Enjoying VOSR. And he sends greetings from Houston, Texas. Then he also wrote back. He writes, the EQSL card that I send out is a picture of a view from my lanai here during a sunrise this summer. He writes, that's quite a view. I'm in the northern suburbs of Houston, a subsea of mechanical engineer in the oil and gas sector. My radio is a Texan PL880, and I've only got the whip antenna for now, but I do have a 100-foot spool of wire that I intend to snake out the window and around the fence line to see if my reception will improve. I did bring my radio to the beach house in Galveston last weekend and noted better reception there. I'm a travel junkie of sorts, fascinated with foreign places since I was a kid. Shortwave seems like a natural extension of that lifelong curiosity. I can tell that the community of radio enthusiasts is welcoming and eager to share what they know, which is really great for a beginner. That is true. Most people really do enjoy passing on their knowledge, and that's what this program is all about also. Thanks for the email, Stephen. Next, we have an email from Patrick from Bryan, Texas. He writes, really enjoyed the program tonight, and this was on April 24th, especially the recording of the speech ending the Korean conflict. Listening tonight on my Kenwood R5000 and a 100-foot random wire antenna. Orientation is east and west. Good, strong signal. Then he also writes, he is located in Bryan, Texas, and had been involved in shortwave hobby since about 1969. My first receiver was a Helicrafters S40B, which I still own. I have several 30 to 40 vintage receivers that I use for scanning the airwaves. I do own an SX28, which you spoke about the other evening. I really enjoy your program, and thanks again for the EQSL. Thank you so much, Pat. I really appreciate emails like that. And boy, I'd love to see your radio collection. Send a picture of some of your radios or your radio shack or radio room, and we'll put it on our website at VOSRinternational.com. And next we have an email from Kip. He writes, listening on 15770 kilohertz on a Texan PL330 from Bloomfield, Missouri. Thank you for your broadcast. Thank you for taking the time to send an email in, Kip. Really enjoyed it, and I'm glad you were able to enjoy the show, and hopefully you will be a regular listener. And next we have a email from a new listener, Eric, from Spain. And he writes, to VOSR European team, dear sirs, my name is Eric and I'm 11 years old and I am writing to you from Utebo, Spain. I am very active radio enthusiast, first place in the World SWL contest, and I am thrilled to submit my reception report for April 25th of 2026. I monitored your signal on 15770 kilohertz using a Kiwi SDR located in Florida. The signal was very clear and reports an SINPO of 44444. And technical note, I was very excited to hear the Morse code identification during the broadcast. It was very cool detail for a radio fan like me. Amazing curiosities about shortwave that I found. Since I love searching for history and facts, I found some things about our hobby that are really shocking to me. The ionosphere mirror, I am shocked that we can hear signals from thousands of miles away just because they bounce off the sky. It's like the Earth has a giant mirror for radio waves. Number stations. I found about mysterious number stations that have been broadcasting for decades. Shortwave is definitely the most mysterious place on the dial. The woodpecker. I read about giant Soviet radar that used to make loud tap-tap-tap sounds all over the shortwave bands years ago. I'm glad we can listen to your station now instead of that noise. A very special and sincere request for my collection, my friend. So I did get a QSL card out to Eric. It was one of my last ones, and again, I will be getting some more, and I'll let you know. So thank you very much, Eric, and hopefully you can be catching more broadcasts of ours in the future. Next we have an email from Paul, and he is a regular listener from the Canary Islands, and he was listening on 15770 kilohertz on April 25th. He writes, "Hi Jeff, I've been away for a few weeks from the Canary Islands, and my radio was so I was not able to listen to your program. Last week I tried again on 15770 kilohertz, but there was another program. Yesterday I got the idea that because of summertime, we are now not in sync with UTC. Canary Island time. I always look at the world clock on my computer, but that did not mention the difference. I heard the part of the program through Kiwi SDR, Prince Edward's Island, Canada, until I fell asleep. Direct reception was fluctuating, one moment good, the next moment bad. I'm always wondering why the latency between the direct signal and what I get over the internet." And writes, last weeks I've also missed Radio Mali. It was off the air. The cause maybe, and there was a post here from Facebook, but who knows, yesterday Mali suffered severe attacks from Islamic groups on several cities, and suddenly Radio Mali was back on again. My French was not good enough to understand a spoken word, but the music is marvelous as always. I will listen again next week and have a good time. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it, and appreciate the email, Paul, and for coming back and listening to VOSR International. And now over to Facebook for a couple correspondences. We got a post from John, who is in Concho, Arizona, who's a regular listener and picked us up on 9455 kilohertz on April 25th. Reported an SINPO of 55555 with a Texan PL880 and Deshibo GA800 active loop. A really nice recording there, and it was a great reception. Thanks for reporting, John. Next, there was a post from Don, and he writes, last night I discovered VOSR purely by accident, but I assure you I'll be tuning in on a regular basis from now on. It's a great broadcast, and I appreciate all your efforts. Thank you so much, Don. I was able to get a pin put on our listener map for you, and thank you for being now a regular VOSR International listener. And next, there was a post from Eric from Riverside, California. He posts, heard you tonight on 5850 kilohertz from WRMI. Thank you very much for tuning in, Eric, and hopefully you'll be a regular listener also. All right, and that concludes our mailbag for this week. Please continue to send in your emails and posts. It really is great to hear from everyone, and your comments about the show and your comments about segments. It's really great. So keep them coming in. Send in your emails to VOSRINT@yahoo.com. That's VOSRINT@yahoo.com. Or head over to our website at VOSRinternational.com, and you can click on the mail icon and contact us that way. You can also head over to Facebook to our page over there and join at VOSR International. Next, I'd just like to give a little reminder that the NASB is going to be having its annual get-together in Birmingham this year, and it is going to be on May 28th and 29th. The NASB is the National Association of Shortwave Broadcasters. So you can join the NASB in Birmingham. Shortwave broadcasters and shortwave listeners in North America get together every year at an annual meeting of the National Association of Shortwave Broadcasters, the NASB. This year it's going to be in Birmingham, Alabama on Thursday and Friday, May 28th and May 29th, hosted by EWTN, the Worldwide Catholic Television Network, which operates shortwave station WEWN. The two-day event will include a presentation by former Voice of America chief White House correspondent Steve Herman. Also, Calvin Carter of shortwave transmitter manufacturer Continental Electronics, and Brady Murray of WWCR in Nashville, Tennessee, and many more speakers. On May 29th, there will be a tour of the WEWN shortwave transmitter and antenna site, one of America's premier shortwave broadcast facilities, with the 500 kilowatt Continental transmitters and an extensive antenna farm. WRMI will be there, and we hope to see if you're there also. It is free to attend, and you can find all the details on the NASB website, which is www.shortwave.org. Then you can click on the annual meeting info. This would be a great event to go check out. I wish I was over on the mainland during this time, but I'll be just getting back from Maui. Again, this is for broadcasters and listeners, and you would have the opportunity to tour the broadcasting facilities at WEWN. Really neat. You'd be able to check out their 500 kilowatt Continental transmitters. Just an awesome experience, and I really encourage anybody who's in the area or that can make plans to head out there to go ahead and check out this event. So let us know. Are you going to be heading over to this event? Have you heard about it? The NASB 2026 in Birmingham. Send us an email at VOSRINT@yahoo.com. That's VOSRINT@yahoo.com. Or head over to our website at VOSRinternational.com, and you can click on the mail icon and contact us that way. You can also head over to our Facebook group, VOSR International, and you can join the group and then go ahead and post and let us know if you'll be attending. And this is just a short little announcement here, too, about our past radio broadcasts. I do actually also put them on Spotify. I did mention that one other time on one other broadcast, and since then there have been some people catching it over there and listening to the past broadcast over on Spotify. So just to let everyone aware, if you're using that platform, you can go ahead, you can query on us, and you'll be able to listen to VOSR International over there on Spotify. We are also, of course, I have them posted over on our website at VOSRinternational.com. I have a page there set up for past broadcasts, and they are on there also. There's a link for each one, going all the way back to our first broadcast on February 28th of 2025. Then you can also go over to our website, my YouTube channel, at Wavecrest Guy. And I do have some playlists in there. I've got a lot of playlists about receptions that I've gotten with my different radios over the years. And then I also have a playlist for the past receptions of VOSR International. And you can go over there, and they are the original files. So you're not going to be hearing it over a radio. It is the original file that I upload and that I transfer and send over to WRMI and to Shortwave Radio Gold. I usually delay them a week or two before they are released to be able to be listened to on those platforms. And right now, the newest one available is April 11th of 2026. So April 11th is the newest show on there. There are two more in the queue from April 18th and then April 25th. They will be, April 18th will be available next week, and April 25th the week after that. So I always keep those buffered like that in case I do a rebroadcast. I had mentioned that I'm going to be going over to Maui here coming up in May, and so I might have a rebroadcast then. And so I like to keep it to where it's going out on the shortwave air, and then after there are no more rebroadcasts, then I make it available to be able to listen to either on Spotify, on YouTube, or over on our website at VOSRinternational.com. Many ways to listen to past broadcasts, and they are becoming more and more popular. People are missing a few shows, or especially with the time change. There has been some people that missed some broadcasts, so it really helps to have those available. So make sure you go check them out.
And that concludes our broadcast. Be sure to catch our broadcasts every Saturday at 0300 UTC on 9455 kilohertz, and also on Saturdays at 2300 UTC on 15770 kilohertz. Transmitted by WRMI Radio Miami International from Okeechobee, Florida.
We are also broadcast by Shortwave Radio Gold in Lower Saxony, Germany on Thursdays at 1800 UTC on both 3975 kilohertz and 6160 kilohertz.